What's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. Y'all already see what I'm doing, right? My favorite place to be. I have so many different projects coming up for this company that I have. So by all means, just be on the lookout for the cookout and all of those good church messages down below. I think we recently changed them because we recently had some different partnerships come through the door. So just be sure that you take a look at all those things. And then book club. I think book club is back on track for I think the springtime. So by all means, as you can see right here, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close. You'll probably hear my midday alarm go off, which is perfect because it's always good to like realize where you are, right? It's always good to learn where you are, to absorb that, to accept that. Y'all may hear some noise in the hallway. That's only because I have construction going on in my new place. So, but yeah, go ahead. You got your water, you got your wine, sip it, okay, and bring yourself close. Now, it's so interesting that my timer is going to go off pretty soon, but I'm very big in acknowledging self-awareness. I'm really adamant about just knowing where I'm at. I used to get so busy. To a point where like it's 10 a.m. one moment, and then the next thing I know, the day goes by. I mean, I get things done, but then I realize like it's 1 o'clock in the morning the next day. I love what I do because it's a passion, and I have a passion for my passion, right? We all do. At the same time, when we all have a passion and we're trying to get things done, when we all have things that we want to get done, but we may feel like we hit a plateau and we really don't know if we are making physical steps in the right direction or if we're just standing in place and just, marching. Right? Marching in place. It's the same thing when it comes to like working out, right? You get so used to doing the same old that when a time comes down the line, you look at the scale, you're like, holy moly, like I just don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Like I hit a plateau. In life, we have a lot of those moments. Okay, we have a lot of those moments, and I think I said it in my last video. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're stagnant when you're trying to figure something out. Sometimes the best thing for you to do is take a bath, take a nap, wake up, and try again. So I want to talk about like those moments where we feel like we're stagnant, but really the new mature word for it is plateau. You plateaued somewhere. That does not mean you fell off. Does not mean that it's not rock steady. And it's sure enough, you having a plateau or feeling as if like you're not where you are. You have to understand, like, even with stagnation and feeling a plateau in you trying to accomplish something, in that moment in time, we always ask ourselves, where are we? And am I on track? Am I not? Can you give me a sign, an answer, etc.? And the thing is, sometimes it's because that stagnant moment, and that moment where you feel like you're stalling, assuming that you're trying to make an idea out of thin air. We have to really use those moments, just like I use my alarm here. We have to take those moments to realize something like, are we on track? Because you are here, and there's nothing wrong with you seeking validity in you making sure you're staying on the right track. Okay, so with this tea talk, I want to talk about when you do experience those stagnant times, those plateau times, those blink times, those vague times where it's just like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Like, sir, are you lost? Like those times, we need to talk about those, because I don't necessarily believe that times like that is telling you that you're fucking up. I think that's just time for you to like listen. Just like there's like different subtopics and subcategories and something that you really like, so you pretty much like learn different things about what you like. This is the same thing. You're here for a reason. You're here because guess what? You want a sign, a signal. You want something from who to let you know you're doing what you're supposed to. And if you're anything like myself, anything that breathes in this house, praise for it, praise and pray, in the name of Jesus. So when I say my higher power, all right, you have to understand, like, we all want to know if we're doing the right thing or not. Again, that's why you are here. Who are you trying to get that message from? Who are you trying to, channel for you to get that that confirmation, right? And so for me, for you, I mean, it could be the universe. For me, is my higher power. And so he always gives us signs. He always gives us signs. And sometimes what we miss and those lost moments is the fact of our higher power gives us signs, signals, clues, Blue's Clues, Scooby-Doo clues. He gives us all of those things, and he gives them to us in three different settings, right? He gives it to us in quiet places. He gives it to us in sacred places, and then he always gives it to us in teabag situations. I've already did a video on tea bags, so I'll be sure to link that in here. But for the most part, just like I said in the tea bag video, you really find out what the fuck you can do when you are dipped in some hot water. Just like a tea bag and water, it makes a whole different beverage when it steeps long enough. Well, guess what? If you decide to stay in this mindset of thinking like a sign is supposed to be just given to you straight off the bat, honey, the speed bumps will be unreal. They will be definitely unreal, because guess what? It's not going to come to you in your time. Believe it or not, a lot of people, when I was growing up, my mama used to tell me this. And she used to say, the Lord comes and talks to you at a time where good and well that when you hear his voice, it's him. And, it was always a superstition thing, like, okay, in the middle of the night, like, you get up, you're listening. Yeah, I've learned that sometimes that is the higher power, because he's getting me in quiet and sacred places. When you sleep, that's sacred. When you use a bathroom, that's sacred. When you wash laundry, that's sacred. Anytime you feel like it's a one-man mission, job, task, objective, all those good things, 9 times out of 10, there's a sacred moment in there for you to have this checkpoint, like, okay, am I doing what I'm supposed to do or not? And so it's like, in order to see and understand your answers, you have to be aware. You have to be tapped in. You have to know that even when things just don't seem to like really do it for your anticipation, understand that it's already done. Though you're trying to figure out where you are, your higher power says that you're here. That's all you need to know. Keep doing what you're doing until something combusts, fucks up, burns on fire. Keep doing what you're doing. A lot of times when we do right, we feel like we don't hear anything and we don't know if we are doing something right. But isn't it a good thing when nothing is going wrong and you are exactly where you're supposed to be? Like, if you're supposed to be going to school and going to work, you shouldn't have no street problems in your home. If so happens, you're taking care of your kids and, you're treating everybody how you want to be treated, because that right there lays the ground for future karma to come back on your children, and you doing how you supposed to, you shouldn't have no drama. You feel me? You're doing what you're supposed to. You shouldn't have no drama. You shouldn't have no drama. Yes, things come up. Failures teach you lessons. But that's not drama, right? So wherever you are this week, just take a quick inventory. Let me see. See, mine's about to go off pretty soon. Take a quick inventory, because believe it or not, if you take a quick inventory before you hit the speed bump, you'll save a lot of parts on your vehicle if you just pay attention to that sign that says speed bump ahead. You know what I'm saying? Neighborhood watch, children at play, whatever the hell it says. You gotta slow down and slow your roll in order to pick up whatever it is that you want to have chime in to your progression of where you're trying to go. And with that being said, again, you gotta be tapped in. It's not worse than you wanting to do this and do that, but you don't know what you're doing it for. You don't know what you're running towards. And by all means, you feel like you ahead of the game and you full sprint in front of everybody else. You in the front of the line, but you're going straight into a lion's den that you have no idea what you're getting into, what you're wanting to get out of it. And you're damn sure clueless about what it's going to walk with you through it, what's going to walk through it with you, and how much it will play a part in the thereafter. Okay? Everybody wants to be famous, but don't nobody want to put in the work, the scenic work, where you don't take shortcuts, that type of thing. So before this alarm goes off, I want y'all to let me know, where are you this week? Are you healing? Are you learning? Are you being humble? Are you keeping your eyes and mind open to things that, that could be good for you? Are you taking inventory of what isn't? By all means, put it down below so that way we can tea talk about it. I feel like this is a tea talk we all need, because it is, of course, cliche to say, but it is a new year. And a lot of times, we don't really notice how fast time passes us by when we're productive and when we're active. But that doesn't mean, everyone who seems to be running around and doing things, that doesn't always mean that they getting shit done. Some people just be running around so it look like they working, but really they barely doing any work at all. So, keep those things in mind when it comes down to this week and where you are. All right. So outside of that, be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below, so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. All of my church announcements are already down below. So until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle, so 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass, nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grape, I may get a Sipping 20s, lobster tails, and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp. Now I'm past Wayne, Drake, I'm going in.